captains, 8 awesome seniors. To see you guys succeed, get 7 wins, which was not easy to do on paper. A lot of people probably doubted that we could get there, and you guys really earned those 7 wins. One hard-fought tie as well. You went toe-to-toe with a couple of the best teams in the state, Norwood, Medfield. Gave both of them everything they could handle. And, the tough games as well. You guys acted like men, and you didn't cry about it, which is, to me speaks volumes. It's easy to win. Losing and acting like a man about it is a much harder thing to do. So I respect all you guys for doing a great job of that. I want to thank the athletic directors from both Norton and Sharon. Aaron Sumner has had my back from day one. He's been awesome. If I need something, he's got it for me, whether it's in the weight room or new pucks, because our pucks keep seeming to disappear. He's done everything I've asked, and he's just been great to work with. So thank you, Aaron. And the Sharon AD showed up to a couple games. He emailed me just to say thank you and that the kids had a great season, so that means a lot to me as well. And our relationship with Sharon has been great, and I hope it continues for a very long time. I also want to recognize the hockey board: Sherry, Jody, Rick, Pat, Vinny, Carolyn, Janine, Bill, and Karen. You guys do so much, and I think ultimately the most important thing to all of you is that these kids have the best experience possible, and I just want to say that you all did an amazing job of that. This season was outstanding, and you're a huge part of that. Just allowing me to coach and not focusing on anything else is a huge help to me. Like, you guys are all a huge reason why we had a lot of success this year, so thank you, everybody on the hockey board. I want to recognize the 2 females in the house today, Caitlin and Bryn. Congratulations on an amazing season. I went to one of your games. You both can really play, and you made it to the tournament and won a game, so that's outstanding. I think absolutely deserves some recognition. And neither one of you are seniors, right? So best of luck next year as well. My managers, Logan and Flynn. Logan won't admit it, but he takes his job very seriously. He does an amazing job at it. He's been a huge help to us. It's amazing to watch the kid carry sticks and pucks and waters and water bottles all at the same time. He refuses to make 2 trips to the bus. It's so impressive to watch. The kid can do world's strongest man, I think, because he just able to carry it all. But, on a serious note, I love having Logan around. Flynn as well. Flynn's a great kid. Flynn claims he's coming back next year. We'll see about that, but I think he might. I know Logan will be here next year, and he's a huge part of this team, as much as any other player. We love having you around, so thank you to both our managers. Our coaching staff, I definitely feel like, the luckiest guy in the world to have 2 just amazing coaches. Triton, continue to amaze me just how good you are. Rob Riley has been around for a long time. He noticed very early on that Triton is an amazing goalie coach, and he's brought it down to Attleboro. He's starting to work with some younger goalies now, and nobody deserves it more. Triton is outstanding. We had 3 goalies that had never played a varsity game before, and he's a huge reason why they had a lot of success this year. He takes it very seriously. He's a maniac on the bench. He's as into it as anybody. And I love that about him. I love having him around, and you can really take this as far as you want with hockey coaching, because you're so good at it. So Triton, thank you very much. And then Rob Riley. It's crazy. I remember when Sherry first mentioned Rob's name, I was like, wow, this is insane. Like, I know Rob from way back when. He was a huge mentor in my life growing up when I was your guys' age. Like, huge. Like, definitely one of the guys I remember more than anybody else from my childhood, honestly. And I think when Sherry mentioned Jay, he wasn't really sure at first. Like, I don't know that kid or something like that. And then eventually Sherry finally got, it into his ear that it's Jay Teppo, a kid that, from very early on in your coaching career, I started helping out, and he mentioned me taught me how to lift. Just some amazing memories of him coaching me on the ice. And, the guy has, he's basically a celebrity. When he walks into the rink, he can't go 5 feet without somebody saying something to him but I hear it, and it's mostly people thanking him for doing something awesome at some point. That's what Rob does. He's here to help people, and he was just an amazing mentor for me and the team. He was a voice that we really needed. He's given me a ton of confidence to do more on my own. When I got the job 2 years ago, I really thought that I could do it on my own, and Rob really helped me realize that number one, I can't, but number two, I shouldn't either. It takes a few voices to really make a team run, and Rob's voice, it echoes through the room. We all hear him when he speaks, and we're all so lucky that you decided to choose us. Of all the opportunities Rob could have, he chose the Norton team to be a part of, and we're just so grateful for that. So thank you, Rob, on a personal level as well. All right, so now we'll talk about our freshman guys, Palash, Sam, and Kanan. Palash is an awesome player, awesome athlete. I really enjoyed working with him. He got, it's funny, last year I was hesitant to throw out freshmen and sophomores, and then this year it's just like, well, we have nobody else, so they're gonna play all the time. And I think the thing about Palash that impresses me the most is that as a winger, it's very hard in your defensive zone to win the battles along the boards. You have to really sacrifice your body, because you don't know if somebody's coming behind you, and he was definitely a little bit shy at the beginning of the year. I pointed that out to him a few times, and I would say by the end of the season, that kid is not afraid in the slightest anymore. He knows what he needs to do to get the puck out of the zone, and that's really impressive for a young kid. And you're going to be, probably our only sophomore skater next year. I could see you taking a huge leap, just like our other sophomores did this year. We need it from you. So work on your skills and just continue building your confidence. Great job this year, Palash. Sam Grolnick, I'm so proud of. Sam worked out with me all summer on the track. He couldn't even run a quarter mile when we started. And he just toughed it out. He didn't complain. He just said, whatever I need to do, I want to be a better athlete because it's going to help me on the ice. So we worked really hard. He's a much better runner by the time we finished. He was stronger in the gym. And he got on the ice, and we were just like, wow, this kid can really play. And it was just a healthy competition for the majority of the year. At different times, we had all three goalies start because we truly felt that goalie at that time gave us the best chance to win. And Sam, I know how important it is to you to be a part of this, and I know you want to be the starter next year, so I want you to just work as hard as you can. And we have you and Colin back, Kanan, wherever he might be. I just know it's going to be a healthy competition. It's kind of weird being a goalie where there's only one, and you support each other, but at the same time, you all want that shot as well. But I expect you guys to, just like this year, support each other. I remember when we sat Colin and let you start. I remember seeing Colin rooting for you on the bench and vice versa. So that means a lot. So good job, Sam. Great job this year. All right, our sophomores, Max, Jake, Connor, and Mikey. I was just speaking with Max's mom. She came and said hi real quick, and I mentioned to her that Max has great vision. That's very true. He sees the game the way a playmaker should, and Rob and I both have been talking to him about building his confidence and taking his game to the next level because he really can. And he earned the right to get out there with Mikey and Jeremy towards the end of the season because he was the guy that could set them up. He really gets the game, and when he's on his best game, he's hard to stop. So Max, again, we need a lot from you next year, but good job on a great season. Thank you. Jake Braga, just an amazing job transitioning to a defenseman. He's a stay-at-home kind of guy. He takes being a D-man, pretty seriously at this point. He's not in there to score goals or anything like that. He's not looking for any recognition. He's just trying to protect our goalie and give our team the best chance to win. He's improved tremendously from last season, and I know he's going to work hard this offseason as well and come back and really be a leader for us on defense next year. So Jake, great job, man. Connor Cohen. Connor will literally do anything to get on the ice. He's always listening to Rob and I talk to each other, and if you're like, oh, we need a defenseman or a winger or a center or a goalie, Connor's like, I can do it. He wants to get out there by any means necessary. How can you not love a kid like that? He would go through a wall for us if we asked him to, there's no doubt about that. And he had some success this year, buried a few goals. The puck seems to find him. Again, another kid, just please continue to improve, come back even better next year, and you're going to be a leader for us, Connor. So good job, thank you. Mikey Whalen obviously had an outstanding season. You know, I'm not the biggest on recognizing individual accolades, but what Mikey did was really special. The amount of goals he put in, the amount of assists he had, that's not easy to do. The kid obviously has a gift, and talk about the puck finding you. That kid can create his own space though. He actually reminds me a lot of Jaromir Jagr, who you guys probably never saw play. But Jagr is a guy that he seems like he's 8 feet tall when he plays. He just creates this circle around him that nobody can get into, and Mikey is becoming that type of player. It's really awesome to watch. He also has a really intense side to him. He's a leader out there. When he needs to speak, he does, and the guys really listen. So Mike, you're going to be an even bigger leader for us next year. Continue to get better, and let's make it even better next year. So good job, Mike. Our juniors, Colin, Stephen DeColi, and Faso. Colin Lyons, what can you say? It's truly amazing what that kid was able to do. When I met him before last season, he was kind of just like, yeah, I'll be your backup goalie, no problem. I don't have any equipment, but I'll help you guys out. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, like Rob and I are looking at each other before the season starts, and we're like, that's our starter. It's just amazing. The work you put in on your own with Triton, truly amazing. You know, it hurt us a lot when you went down too. I mean, we definitely struggled without being able to have you in net. So you were a huge part, and I just really hope you get healthy because we really want you for next season to be ready to go. You and Sam are going to be an awesome duo together. So Colin Lyons, great job.
Yeah, Colin!
Jacoli's a guy that Rob and I are both really proud of. I think Rob and I looked at each other a lot. Like, you know, when there's a nice play, we'll look at each other and be like, oh, that was awesome. And we did that a lot with Steve. He just does everything we ask of him, and he improved tremendously this year, just like most of these guys did. But, you know, he's just a pleasure to coach. He's one of the nicest kids on the team, no doubt about that. And, you know, next year's going to be your senior year, Steve. I want you to really pick up being more of a vocal leader and just continue to improve on your skills because we need some more points out of you next year. So good job, Steve. Joe Fasolino, guy who I gave our most improved award to last year because he transitioned back to defense for us and he just did an amazing job. He did another awesome job this year for us. He is an amazing athlete. He can skate all the way up and down the ice. He tries his best to be the best player that he can. He's still learning how to play the position, but he's a force out there. I moved him up to forward when we needed the spark because the kid's just got wheels, he can play. And my favorite moment from Fast was when we were losing pretty bad to Dedham on our senior night, and I see him going up and down the bench, hugging all the seniors, and I could see how much it meant to him and how much it meant to them. Because Fast, when he gets serious, he really is a leader in this locker room. So I expect a lot more of that next year, Joe. Great job. All right, now on to our 8 seniors. Frank Lang and James Honecker. They didn't get a lot of ice time for us. James and Frank, they both understood where they were, you know, in the pecking order. We got them ice time when we could. But Frank, I know he went out of his way. He missed the bus a couple times. One of them was not a close game at all, and he drove all the way out there on his own just to make sure he was a part of this, not even knowing if he would get a shift that day. They both were some of the biggest fans on the bench in terms of cheering on the team. That's not a joke, we see it all year. They were James always kicking his skate on the bench trying to pick the guys up, and I respect the hell out of that for both of them. And I know James is planning on going into the Navy, which you know, is extremely commendable. I'm so proud of you, man, and I wish you the best. And Frank is still on the side. I know he's got into Michigan, waiting on a few more schools, but I'll be looking forward to see how both of you do in the future. Good job, guys. Matt Zal is an amazing kid. We've developed an awesome relationship in the past 2 years. He takes a lot of pride that Sharon is a part of this team, and he's a huge part of that. He's really went above and beyond to try to include Sharon in this program, and we've really embraced him and their whole community now. And that's a big part of it is thanks to him. When Sherry sent me an email about going to watch Matt perform in the youth orchestra, I didn't even look at my calendar. I just bought a ticket that second. That's the kid that I would absolutely do that for any day, and I know how much he appreciates that too. So it means a lot to me that I was able to show up for you, and I know other people did too. And man, I'm gonna miss you playing that anthem, kid. Unbelievable. Matt's up.
Yeah, man.
Next guy, Tim Saunders. Tim's definitely one of my favorite guys to talk to. I feel like we talked a lot this year. Definitely wish I had met him just junior year as well. He's just such an awesome kid to be around. But I consider, so happy that you decided to play this year, man, because we really enjoyed having you. Tim is such a good kid off the ice. He showed up to all the volunteering things. He went to watch the girls play. As a senior, I noticed that he shared a seat on the bus, which is just like something seniors don't do. But he has no ego. He's just a really amazing kid. And he's going to head to Xavier for nursing school, which is just so awesome. So proud of you, Tim. Best of luck. John Brennan, probably with Tim, two of the guys that I really love talking to, that you can just have a conversation with, talk about anything random. I love getting to know John. Gonna miss him a ton. We pointed out John many times at the beginning of the year because his hustle and effort was just unmatched. He really tried his best to be a leader and a role model for all the younger guys on the team. And towards the end of the year, he would say, "Put me on D, I can help us better right now," or whatever. He would always do whatever it takes to help the team. And he's just such a positive presence in the locker room. We're totally going to miss him a ton. John, I've really enjoyed getting to know you the last 2 years. Best of luck wherever you head after this. Billy McCarthy, I was so happy he scored our first goal this year because defensemen are not known for scoring goals. That's not their job. Billy doesn't look for recognition. He just gets the job done on D. He's an outstanding defenseman. A lot of people probably just don't even realize it. If a defenseman's really doing his job, you probably don't even notice it. And I do. I'm a defenseman. That's what I was my whole life. So to see him be able to just be so good, tracking guys down, playing one-on-one, knowing how to get around guys in the zone, knowing where to feed guys. He's just so good. And it was just such a pleasure getting to watch you this year, Bill. And I know you're going to be hitting the slopes up in Maine, but if you ever want to play men's league, give me a call. Our last two guys are our captains. I really couldn't decide who to speak about last. I think so highly of both of these guys. So I'm just going to speak about both of you together out of respect to both of you, because you both deserve to be the last guy mentioned tonight. Pat's been a captain for 2 years, so I've probably spoken with him more than any other kid on the team. And he's not a kid in my eyes. He's a young man that's going places. He took the captaincy very seriously, and just to see how much you improved this year, Pat, was awesome. I'm so proud of you, man. I think last year you had some flaws in your game, and they just were gone this year. You really took it upon yourself to not only be a leader off the ice, but you did it on the ice as well. You were loud. You did all the right things. You know when to drop the puck, you know when to call for it now. Just so impressive, man. Knowing that you haven't been playing your whole life, but you're truly an amazing captain, and next year's captain's gonna have huge shoes to fill because of you. So Pat, awesome job. Jeremy Cross, just another amazing kid. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. I think your season was just so awesome how it went. Because at the beginning of the year, you weren't really burying your goals or anything. And I know Rob talked to you. I talked to you as well, and I said, hockey's a funny game. Sometimes the puck just doesn't find you, but you just got to find ways to lead differently. And you did that. Whether you're laying on a check, going into a corner, hustling, picking the guys up when we needed it. And to see you finish with 10 goals, I mean, you really earned that. And you could have had 15, 20, just the beginning of the season it wasn't really fine, but that didn't define your season at all. It ended up evening itself out because you're just so good and you're such a great leader. And again, just another huge hole for us trying to fill next year. So Jeremy, you're deciding between UMass and Clemson. All right, best of luck no matter where you end up, and I know we're going to be talking forever. Jeremy Cross. All right, so, awards, or should I do pins now? Sure.
You can do awards if you want.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, let's see here. Most improved player. I mean, I feel like we should have like 8 plaques for this, because so many guys just stepped up this year when I really didn't give him a chance. But there's no guy that I wish I gave more of a chance to last year, because he was, so much better than I gave him credit for. And me and Rob love this kid. Steve DeColi's the most improved player. All right, the JFK Award. My understanding of the JFK is just about an all-around great guy. They get put on the wall here at the school, so they'll be remembered forever. Last year we gave it to Pat Donahue, and there's definitely another kid that I think deserves to be known through this school forever, and that's Jeremy Cross.
Yeah, Jeremy!
The Hobie Baker Award. It's all about character, just being a good leader, going the extra step in the classroom and your community, and just another guy that I think totally deserves to be recognized forever, Pat Donahue.
Yeah, Pat!
All right, last but not least, our team MVP. Means a lot to give out this award because, again, there's one kid on this team that if we didn't have this year, I know for a fact we would not have had 7 wins. Our MVP is Bill McCarthy.
Yeah, Bill!
Sherry and Jody, you guys want to do the Lancer Award? I forgot to mention, I was at the TBL coaches meeting, and Mikey Whalen and Jeremy, they both deserve to be recognized. They got honorable mention, but we were able to get Billy McCarthy, one of the 17 TBL All-Stars this year. So Billy, well deserved.
Yeah, Billy!
All right, I'll just read through the Horizon Lancer Award. It was established by the Board of Directors of the Norton Hockey Organization to recognize the Norton High School hockey teammate that best demonstrates the same enthusiasm, commitment, dedication, and perseverance in the sport of ice hockey that the NHO, as well as the Epstein and Rubenstein families of Horizon Beverage Company have in establishing high school hockey in Norton. There is no small achievement of a Norton team full of enthusiastic and dedicated hockey players. It is usually easier to be one of the most enthusiastic, dedicated, and committed players on a team when you are in the forefront, perhaps being credited with whatever success the team achieves. It is harder to be, and harder for others, to see a member of the team that does the things that quietly makes a team better. You need to be a special person to try out for a team at a new school with less playing experience than most of your sport. Then once on that team, despite being the new kid, being a positive influence and setting an example of what team means. Volunteering for team activities whenever you can and being a constant encouragement to teammates. Taking pride in being genuinely happy and proud of their achievements as if they were their own to help establish a culture of unselfishness. This year's recipient surely exhibits the principal traits of this award. He's a great example of an unassuming hockey player who was initially a stranger to everyone, but decided to step onto a varsity hockey team due to his love for the game. He is an example of why we all need to ask the question, why not? So we do not wonder later, what if? Which is exactly the mindset that this program was founded on. He took an extraordinary action that not only enhanced his personal experience with the sport of hockey, but also enhanced the experience of the coaches and the players that shared it with him. This is one of the consistent qualities held among all recipients of this honor. Please join me in congratulating the 2019-20 recipient of the Horizon Lancer Award, James Honecker.
Good, James.
Alright, so following 4 people, if you could please come up to get your varsity letters. Caitlin, Sam Grolnick, Palash, and Kane is not here. It's all 3 of you. Come on up. Alright, pins, please come up one at a time. Jake Bradley.
Good, Jake.
Go a little bit faster here. Brennan. Cohen. Jeremy. Jacoby. Come on up, please. Donahue. Vasilino. James, come on up. Bryn Leahy. Colin. Come on, Colin. Billy McCarthy. Tam, come on up. Max, come on up. Mikey Whalen. Frank, and Matt's up. Alright, last but not least from me, I want to name our captains for next season. We are going to continue the tradition of 2 captains for next year. These 2 guys are the vocal leaders on our team, and I expect a lot from them. They have very, very big shoes to fill, but I expect it to be all business once school rolls around next year, because it means a lot to this team, it means a lot to this community. So let's carry on the tradition. Mikey Whalen and Joe Fasolino. All right, thank you everybody. See you next season.
All right, we just have senior gifts, so if the seniors wouldn't mind coming up. All right, Matt's out. Oh boys, by the way, there's some stuff on the table over here from Lost and Found in the locker room. So if you guys are missing, I don't know, a pair of pants or a sneaker, just take a look and take it. Yeah. All right, yeah, John, Frank. Yeah. Frank. Jeremy. Billy and Pat.
is for gift for Coach Sabato.
Yeah, Coach Sabato.
Little something for Logan Murray.
This is a little speech for Sherry that we all have. Sherry, we'd like to thank you for all of your time and devotion to this program. From the very first day you let us know we could ask you for anything. Whether it was a speaker for the locker room, ice time for a captain's practice, you name it, you made it happen. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Sherry.
Sherry, I second everything Pat said. How you like to make this program great is not going notice. Love sweating together. As the saying goes, applies to your dedication, making everything happen. Thank you, Sherry.
Sherry, not everyone knows all that it takes to make a high school hockey program happen and keep going. We've seen a few coaches come and go. You've kept this program going regardless of the challenges we face. Thank you, Sherry.
Sherry, you've been a member of the Norton Hockey organization from the start, well before Connor was a freshman. Your involvement in this program is not just for yourselves, but for all of the hockey players here in Norton and Sharon who wanted to play the sport they love with the friends they know. Thank you very much.
Sherry, we all started playing hockey at some point when we were young. We liked the sport, we liked the sport. We decided we wanted to play in high school. Fortunately, we did not have to leave our town and our friends to make this happen. Thank you.
Sherry, it was great to be able to play a varsity sport we like at a competitive level and have a true high school experience being part of varsity hockey. We thank you for this.
Sherry, we're lucky to have a program that gives everyone the opportunity to play the sport we all love. Thank you for making football so sharing your
Sherry, you're an amazing person. You've done so much for many, not just the soccer program, but through these surrounding communities as well. And you've supported us not only on the ice, but in our personal interests as well. And I think that not only just the seniors, but really everyone on this team, everyone in this room is really thankful for all you've done. For not only what you've learned, but everything you do. Or not just for the hockey program, but everything you do.
Thank you, Sherry, for the last 4 years. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Sherry.
Aw, beautiful gift.